Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my Mallorca vlog. In this vlog, I'll take you along from my flight out of New York and into Spain to show what I did, where I stayed, and of course, what I ate during my week on the island of Mallorca in the Mediterranean. Travel was actually the main reason I wanted to start making videos for YouTube. Before I go anywhere, I always watch a ton of YouTube videos to get ideas, even if it's somewhere I've been before, just in case I see something I haven't done before or see something that's changed. So I wanted to share my trip for others, but also I wanted this for myself. Watching other YouTubers, I always thought it was incredible to have these little video diaries to look back on your previous trips years later and remember something that you may have forgotten if it wasn't for this. After practicing my very limited Spanish speaking skills with a taxi driver and the front desk, I made it here to this wonderful rooftop pool. So this is the first hotel I stayed at in Mallorca, called the HM Tropical. The rooftop pool and the views in the Mediterranean were stunning. Later, as the sun started to set, we walked along the beach to grab dinner. The pizza and this pasta were actually so delicious, and I would definitely go back when I return to Mallorca. I say when because we loved it here so much, and although it's a relatively small island, there's so much to see and do here. The next day, we rented a scooter to explore a bit more of the area than we could on foot, mainly in search of some good paella, which is a must for any visit to Spain. Once back at the hotel, we relaxed for a bit to digest. This was the lobby of our hotel. This night we headed into the main city of Palma to explore a little and get dinner and drinks. We had reservations at Coa, which had both fantastic food and cocktails. Our first night, we actually booked an incredible dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant called Adrian Ketglas, which I highly recommend, along with their wine pairing. For me, it was the second best meal I've personally had, just behind 11 Madison Park back in Manhattan. And this spot called Ginger Beach was right on the beach near our first hotel. We actually went twice because of this delicious curry rice bowl. As you can tell, I really appreciate some good food. We then rented a car and headed to our next hotel, which was the H10 in Santa Ponsa. Also a gorgeous rooftop here with the best view of the area. We then got ready for a night out in Magaluf, which is more of the party area of the island with a much younger crowd. We hit Bondi Beach, which had surprisingly good sushi, and walked around the area checking out the bar scene and even ran into someone we knew. The next day, it was time to put the rental car to use and do a little road trip to Cala de Sa Calobra. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name too badly, but the journey there was one of the most memorable with all of the twisting roads through the mountains. Our ears were popping as we got higher, and we eventually came to this rest point with picture-perfect views of the winding roads we were traveling on. Now, while this was one of our favorite parts of the trip, I only recommend if you have a confident driver since the roads are so tight and a bit tricky. But the destination of Sa Calobra was worth it. The water was incredible, and there's a good spot for cliff jumping. After Sa Calobra, we headed over to the town of Valdemosa, which was really charming and had some good window shopping. We actually stopped by the town of Dea as well, but to be honest, we weren't too impressed. It was really quiet when we went with not much going on, but definitely recommend stopping in Valdemosa if you're nearby. after we drove back to the hotel and got ready for dinner. We stayed in Santa Ponsa near the hotel for the night, and wow, this Ibisu spot had fantastic sushi. I seriously did not want to stop ordering more and more. Every time the waiter came back, I ordered something else, and he was pretty amused at how much I was enjoying myself. They also gave us complimentary drinks at the end, which is a local spirit that tastes like licorice or star anise. We actually really enjoyed the nightlife in Santa Ponsa and had no idea there was a huge bar scene right up the block from our hotel. Such a good time, in fact, the street signs have to remind you to keep your clothes on. We decided to take the sign's advice and the next day explored Palma a bit more specifically the marina, because below deck Mediterranean was a guilty pleasure of mine right before coming to Mallorca. The city is super charming, and as I sat here drinking sangria in the town square, I was wishing I lived in one of these apartments with beautiful windows above us. For our last day, we splurged on a daybed at the beach club Gran Feliz, which was a great way to relax for the end of our trip. We got to snorkel here a bit and, of course, ate more food. We got some octopus balls and ceviche, complete with a bottle of rosé. That is all for my Mallorca trip, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Comment down below, let me know if you're planning on heading to Mallorca or have some of your own recommendations for this gorgeous island. And of course, thanks so much for watching.